If you are bored with boiled chicken, braised chicken or fried chicken, you can make lemongrass chicken stew to change the taste and treat your family on the weekend. Chicken is a popular food for every Vietnamese family and is often used during holidays, Tet or daily meals. Chicken deserves to be listed in the list of delicious, nutritious, cheap dishes. Lemongrass chicken hot pot with delicious chicken combined with the spicy aroma of lemongrass. Wash the chicken with salt water, drain, then cut into bite-sized pieces. After cutting the chicken, you proceed to marinate the spices. Finely chop the onions, garlic, ginger, and add to the chicken. Then, add 1/2 tablespoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons of seasoning powder, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of satay, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce and a little MSG. After adding all the ingredients, stir well and marinate for about 15 minutes to let the chicken absorb the spices. Wash and drain the Malabar spinach. Peel, wash and slice the squash. Cut off the stems of the straw mushrooms and soak them in diluted salt water, then remove and drain. Peel. Wash and cut the white radish into 2 centimeters thick pieces. Stir fry the chicken. Take the chicken fat and stir fry until the fat melts into oil. If you don't have it, use cooking oil. When the oil is hot, add the onions, garlic, ginger, finely chopped, and lemongrass, cut into pieces, crushed. Continue to stir fry until fragrant. Stir the spices for about 3 minutes, then add the chicken. Stir fry until the chicken is firm, fragrant and turns yellow, then reduce the heat. Cook the broth. After the chicken is firm, add about 1 liter of water to the pot of chicken. Then tie the lemongrass into a bunch and drop it into the broth. Continue to add the cut white radish to make the broth sweet. Skim off the layer of fat on the surface of the water so it is not too fatty. When the water boils, reduce the heat and season to taste. Add 1/2 tablespoon of seasoning powder, 1/3 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar and a little MSG to the chicken pot. You can season the sticky rice to suit your family's taste and continue to cook over low heat. Stew the chicken for about 45 minutes. Stir fry the mushrooms. Use the fat that was skimmed above to stir fry the mushrooms. Add 1/2 tablespoon of seasoning powder to the mushrooms and stir well. Stir fry until the mushrooms are clear. Add the mushrooms to the pot of broth, depending on the chicken you choose. If it is an old chicken, you have to stew for about 1 hour until the chicken is cooked and tender. For young chicken, check every 15 minutes. When the chicken is tender and delicious, add the mushrooms, wait for the water to boil and turn off the stove. So the lemongrass chicken stew is complete. You just need to serve it and enjoy it right away. The soft, chewy chicken pieces with the fragrant smell of lemongrass combined with many delicious and cool green vegetables will be extremely attractive. You can eat this lemongrass chicken dish with vermicelli in hot pot form. The flavor is extremely wonderful. A secret is that with this dish, you can replace it with wild chicken. The hot pot of wild chicken with lemongrass will have very chewy and fragrant chicken. It will be more delicious. Stir-fried chicken gizzards with squash is a rustic dish that is both delicious and cheap and has a simple way of making. First, wash the chicken gizzards with salt water. Then, wash them with white wine and rinse them again with water. Peel the squash, wash them and cut them into bite-sized diagonal pieces. Put the pot of water on the stove. Blanch the chicken gizzards for about 30 seconds, then remove them and drain. Then, chop them and marinate them with 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of seasoning powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt for about 15 minutes to absorb the flavor. Put the pan on the stove, add the shallots and fry until golden brown. Then add the gizzards and stir-fry until cooked. Then, add the squash and stir-fry until the gizzards are fully cooked and the squash is just cooked. If you find it not yet delicious, season it to taste. Finally, turn off the stove, add the coriander, dill and green onions and it's done. Steamed chicken with squash is a delicious dish that also provides full nutrition for health with an extremely simple way to make, helping you relieve the feeling of fullness for family meals. Make steamed chicken with squash. Arrange the pre-processed squash around the chicken, then put the chicken in the steamer, cover, turn on medium heat and steam for about 60 minutes. To check if the chicken is cooked or not, use chopsticks to poke the chicken meat. If you see no more blood coming out, the chicken is cooked. Turn off the stove and let the chicken sit for another 3 to 5 minutes. Make salt to dip the chicken. Put on a plate the following ingredients: 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of MSG, 1 teaspoon of ground pepper, chopped lemon leaves and chili, chopped shallots, squeeze in the juice of 1 lemon. Then, mix the salt mixture well and season to taste to complete. The finished steamed chicken with squash has a beautiful yellow color and an irresistible aroma. When you eat it, you will immediately feel the soft aroma of the chicken combined with the fresh sweet squash, super addictive. Try making it in the kitchen right away.